Ange, thanks so much for joining us. In terms of a celebration, I suppose just another day that will be forever remembered by this group.
Yeah, look, obviously the game didn't go the way we wanted, but I don't think it spoiled it too much for the fans, and that was the key thing today. It was more about thanking them and acknowledging them and making sure that what we've achieved they remember for the right reasons.
Clive, I hope you forgive me, I don't want to embarrass you, but I thought it was really special that you got the guard of honour from those greats of the past here. Yeah,
it was brilliant, and it's all these guys have been really supportive of me. They've all reached out at different times, and they were our inspiration. And when I kept talking to the players and showing them those photos in the hallway, it was photos of all the guys that have achieved what this club's just been craving for so many years, and they were the inspiration, and now this group of players gets the privilege of joining them.
You spoke a lot about family. It makes you realise, doesn't it, the extended family, when you see all of the people on the pitch at the end there. It's a large group of people behind these players.
And they all play a key role, we all know, Clive will tell you, in some respects, we could do the easy bit, we're doing what we love, we're kind of focused on that, but it's the people around us that kind of just shift things so that we can have it as easy as possible. They make, they do all the hard work, they make the sacrifices, and again, today is a day about giving back to them as well, letting them enjoy, the spoils of the success.
Ange, many congratulations, first of all.
Thank you, Ange.
But I've got to say, throughout the campaign, you've had that belief in this group of players. What did you feel, or what did you see in that group that was going to get us to where we got over the line and winning this prestigious award?
I guess the key thing for me, Clive, was that I felt every time I was speaking to them, they were still, believing in what we were doing. Even when in the toughest of times, we had injuries, we had players out, we obviously weren't doing well in the league, that there was never a moment I walked into that room and I didn't feel like they were still seeking my guidance to get us to where we want to, because we never stopped talking about it. I kept saying to them, look boys, there could be a year where we finish second, but we will not have an opportunity to win a trophy. Let's take this opportunity, forget everything else. And I could sense that they just were not going to let this go, and I just fed into that the whole time. I never wavered from that of saying, well, you know what, we've got to concentrate. No, this is what we're going to achieve this year. We're going to make history. We're going to break this cycle, and when we break the cycle, then we'll be able to kind of take this club to where it needs to be.
And seeing this support after the win,
incredible.
In your wildest dreams, did you ever think that it would actually be like this?
No, you don't know. That's the thing, and it's been overwhelming. Whether that was the emotion we saw at Bilbao, and then the parade was just unbelievable. And even today, it's probably the thing that gives me the greatest pride that I was part of something that gave so much joy to so many. These people for the last 17 years have been the constant. Players, managers have come and gone, but these people have been here the whole time, and that's all they've wanted. They wanted see their football club do what others were doing. And to be able to wake up the next day and say, you know what, my football club has also won something.
Brilliant, well done.
Ange, it's been wonderful watching the players with their families, you with yours, and to think about how you figures are at the forefront of everything, of the scrutiny and the joy. And I'm looking at your coaching staff today. I was just chatting to Matty Wells. He's got a young family. And it's wonderful to see that group, that tight-knit group you have with you, enjoy this moment as well with their family.
Yeah, absolutely. The coaches and the whole staff, but especially the coaches, they've been a key to this, because again, for me, I couldn't sell this dream in isolation with just me as the only sort of spokesman for it, and I had a group of people around me who just never wavered in their belief in me and what we were doing, and that meant that everywhere the players turned, they were never getting a different message, because I don't have a lot of time. Sometimes they spend more time with the coaches or the other staff, and players will sometimes look for something that could potentially make a wedge between what we're trying, but they never did. Everywhere they turned, it was the same message, we're going to create history, we're going to do this, we're going to take this opportunity, and they've been unbelievable this year. I couldn't be proud of them.
Can I ask you one more thing? There might be an obvious answer, it might be Brennan's goal, but has there been a best moment of the past 5 days for you personally?
Yeah, no, I think Brennan's goal probably, because I had a sense that if we got in front in that game, we were never going to lose it. There was no way that group of players were ever going to let Man U take it off us from there, and that first goal was always going to be crucial. So you know, when that went in, I mean, look, it felt like an eternity the second half. It wasn't easy, but within me, I had this group of men who were not going to let that opportunity then be taken out of their hands. So that was probably the moment.
And Ange, finally, I think if there's one thing our Spurs fans have loved is that from moment one, we've listened to you tell a story and loved absolutely every part of it. I wondered, years and years from now, because there's still lots of work to be done, when you're sat in a taverna in a bar somewhere in Greece, what will be the story that you're most excited to tell from this journey?
Well, I think Dickens said it the best. It's been the best of times and the worst of times. But ultimately, you know, we reached the Holy Grail. We did what no one outside of this football club believed we can do, even right up to the final. Everyone just expected us to fall short again, and we did it. There's something to be said for that, you know, the unifying nature and belief in people that beautiful things happen.